Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Temasek Polytechnic School of Applied Science, a Diploma in Medical Biotechnology webinar. I'm Mr. Zhang, the course chair of this diploma. Today, I'll also be the moderator and one of the speakers for this webinar. So in this webinar, we hope to share with you about what you will learn from the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology course, as well as the activities available for our students to participate in. So let me first introduce you to a panel of speakers. So for today's speakers, besides me, we are very happy to have with us our industry partner, who is also our alumnus, Mr. Chen Hong Steven. He will share with you about the career opportunities and his experience in this diploma. Mr. Chen is a junior research fellow at the Temasek Life Science Laboratory. He is a PhD candidate at the National University of Singapore. He's also a receiver of Kong Boon Hui Scholarship and Nanyang President Research Scholarship. Currently, he's doing research on plant molecular biology related projects. Today, we also have Dr. Chang Ge-fa, who is the manager of the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology. She will talk about the diploma options and the student life in this course. Before we start, let me show you a short video about the course. Okay. Sorry, maybe has some technical.
Welcome to the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology, more commonly known as MBT. Established in 2019, MBT is a combination of biomedical science and biotechnology. In Year 1, you will get to build a strong foundation in both theory and practicum. Modules such as human anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, and basic microbiology will be offered. In Year 2, you will get to choose from two diploma options, Medical Laboratory Technology and Personalised Medicine Research. In Year 3, you will participate in a 6-month mandatory student internship program and major project, which will be allocated to you. Upon graduating from MBT, you will be able to work as a laboratory assistant, medical technologist, or an assistant clinical research coordinator. Alternatively, you can also go into education and medical sales, or work as a product specialist or regulatory officer. Apart from studying, MBT also has its own support group known as the Medical Biotechnology Interest Group, where students can take up leadership roles and also get to know others within the course. So, what are you waiting for? Join us here at Medical Biotechnology today!
Okay, welcome back. Through the video, we understand that the Diploma in Medical Biotechnology is the only diploma in Singapore that covers both biotechnology and biomedical science. So if you're interested in either biotechnology or biomedical science, you can join this diploma. In Year 1, we'll teach the fundamental subjects, for example, microbiology, biochemistry, cell biology, and cell technology and molecular technology. Okay, and then in Year 2 and Year 3, we have more and more work-based training, which mainly focuses on training students to work in the labs. So you may ask, what types of labs? So previously, biotechnology mainly trains you to work in a research laboratory or a biotechnology company testing lab. And the biomedical science mainly trains you to work in a clinical laboratory, who is working in a hospital or private medical lab. Now, if you graduate from this diploma in Medical Biotechnology, you will learn and can work in both areas. We have also confirmed with the industry that our graduates from this diploma are qualified for jobs in both areas. So through this introduction, I hope you already gotten an idea of what are the major career pathways for this diploma. Okay. So now let me invite the first speaker, Mr. Chen Hong Steven, to share his insights on his experience of working at a research laboratory. So now, just now I also mentioned that Mr. Chen is a junior research fellow at Temasek Life Science Laboratory. Okay, so Mr. Chen, now is your time. Okay.
Hi, Mr. Zhang, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear.
Yep. Hi everyone. So hi everyone. I'm Stephen. I'm now doing my PhD at NUS National University of Singapore. Previously, I came from Temasek Polytechnic when I was like you. I graduated from Chongqing High School at Katong, and back then I had an interest of I had interest in two subjects mainly. First is drama and applied drama and psychology, and the second is in science. Here I'll bring you through my journey how I decided to go into TP and be a science student, and later proceed on to do science when I mature as a science student. Yeah, so over here, from decided Temasek Poly student to scientific research adventure. Okay, can we move on to the next slide? Yeah, so this was my result. My L1 R4 is 12, and my L1 R5 is 15. And L1 R5 meaning one language and 5 other subjects. Back then, my top 3 choices were biomedical science at Singapore Polytechnic. Well, the cutoff point is 10. Clearly, I didn't make it. Second is applied drama and psychology. And third is biotechnology in Temasek Poly. And clearly, I was admitted into applied drama and psychology, but not biotechnology. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I received an email. So when I gone through the first round of JAE, I was a bit surprised that I didn't get into biomedical science or biotechnology. Then I received an email from the school admin. Well, they said that they had to call me urgently. So I pick up the call. Next slide, please. So I pick up the call, and they told me that they are going to offer me an opportunity to study biotechnology. But I got to make the decision within 1 to 2 days. So after I put down the call, I thought through very clearly. Within 30 minutes, I replied to her that I will take up the course in Temasek Poly biotechnology, and that was a good choice, because only through this choice I realized that science was what I was going to do, and I really enjoyed my whole journey. Next slide, please. Let me summarize my Temasek Poly experience in three bulleted points. First, I would say that it was crazy and self-explanatory. Second is enriching and valuable practical skills and experience. And third is hard work and exposure. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here are some pictures from my old Facebook photos. On the left is a Facebook photo that I got online. It was I believe it was in this case we were having a class party, and on the right is when we are graduating. We graduated, and we had a class dinner together. Next slide, please. Overall, I believe that the most important skills in Temasek Poly are the practical skills. Back then, we are not able to bring handphone into the lab sessions. Hold on. Yeah, so sorry. And in Polytechnic, we are able to obtain valuable practical skills that even in university we are not given opportunities, so much opportunity to focus in lab skills. I believe that in Polytechnic, a lot of money and time has been put by the lecturers and the school to allow students to have an immersive Polytechnic immersive practical skills experience. Next slide, please. Yeah, and with hard work, I think I was lucky to have to have large amount of exposure to various events. On the top left is pre-university seminar, while students from Polytechnic and JCs are able to exchange ideas, mix and exchange ideas. On the right is ASEAN Science and Entrepreneurship Challenge, where we actually stayed overnight to try to develop a prototype. On the bottom is YEE, Youth Environmental Envoy Programs, and on the bottom right is where I went to Vietnam to do my final year project. And it was also a very memorable experience. Next slide, please. Yeah, so let's move on to university. I would say that previously people thought that the Polytechnic experience is for second class students, but I would say that that's not true. Next slide, please. Through my university experience and through my Polytechnic experience gave me huge amount of advantage and foundation, and allowed me to graduate as the Kobe Scholar of Nanyang Technological University, and also the valedictorian of class 2017. Through my university education, I also managed to publish a paper with my previous mentor, Tobias Wunder and Oliver Muller-Kea. And I'm very grateful for the experience I've achieved in both Temasek Poly and in the university. I'd like to end off with some of my thoughts. Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so as a researcher, I think we are always curious, driven by a question of curiosity. And we are always curious about how the natural world works. And as we research further, we find it's an adventure to explore the unknown. However, there's a lot of hardship and requires a lot of perseverance. Setbacks and heartbreaks are also very often and inevitable. However, there are times when excitement comes, when our hypothesis turns out to be true, and most of us dream that our research is going to make a difference and the discovery can change the world. I think overall, I would say that the Temasek Poly experience gave me a strong foundation, and hopefully for you, you also find the journey to be enriching and fun at the same time. Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Chen, for the interesting sharing. Thank you. We have already received some questions from you. The Q&A session will be at the end of the end of the webinar. Will come soon. Please wait for a while. Just now, Mr. Chen has shared the experience of working in a research lab. So, and before he talks, I also mentioned that this diploma focuses on two different labs. So let's watch another short video done by our students, which will introduce another career pathway for medical biotechnology students. And this career pathway is working in a medical laboratory. Okay, so please show the video. Thanks. Okay, welcome back. Through the video, you may understand that working in the medical laboratory is slightly different from the working in the research laboratory. Working in the medical laboratory is getting specimens from the patients and doctors, and then doing the tests. For example, get the blood, tissue, and then doing a test, then send the report back to the doctor for him or her to diagnose disease. So it is different from working in a research lab. Okay. So now, after understanding the two career pathways of this diploma, let's hear the manager of the course, Dr. Chang Get Fa, sharing about the diploma options in this course and the student life at TP. Dr. Chang, please.
Hello, everyone. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. At this point, you have heard that this diploma offers two options that our students can choose in year 2. Okay, so year 2, semester 2. So one of these option is the personalized medicine research option, and the other one is the medical laboratory technology option. Yeah, so I would like to relate that this is not a disadvantage, but is a very great advantage that makes our medical biotech diploma truly unique in Singapore. Our students who choose this option do not miss out on the career opportunity offered by the other options. So for example, if a student chose medical laboratory technology option, learn more specialized subject in biomedical science, as what you've seen in the video just now, which is like on the testing of blood, testing of microorganisms. So they can work in the hospital laboratory doing diagnostics, such as testing of patient samples for diseases. But does that mean that this is the only thing he or she can do? The answer is no, because we also have other subjects that prepares our students to work in the biotechnology research or the industry. So students take this common biotech subject earlier on during the earliest semester, and then this allows them to be flexible when they want to choose employment in the future, whether they are going to join the research laboratory or the industry lab for manufacturing or the hospital laboratory. To relate this to what is currently happening, we can see that there is such a demand in the recent COVID-19 pandemic. It's not just all about the PCR testing of the swab samples, whether a patient is positive or negative, but it is also about the research and the development of new diagnostic kit and new vaccine. So the research and development part calls for the skill set that our students learn in other subjects that they can be flexible in the future. As for our students who take the other diploma option on personalized medicine research, they are not just being trained with the skill sets to work in research or the industry. They can also work in the hospital lab doing PCR testing, and so on, because earlier on, we also have a module called molecular diagnostic. So all in all, uniquely us, we have biotechnology infused in biomedical science. This is helping us to keep pace with the progress with the development in medical technology. So we train all our students to have the skill set to work in both research and the service laboratory, as well as in other biotech area that is emerging, which is beyond the medical industry. Okay, for now, when you are hearing from us, you keep hearing about the word laboratory. So it's also an important question that you want to ask yourself, whether you like to work in the laboratory. How do you feel when you attend laboratory session during secondary school time? Okay, so that perhaps will be one question for you to think about when choosing the diploma here. I will move on to relate a little bit on student life here in TP. So besides about studying the academic side, so based on your interest, so our students also are involved in many other activities. We have many activities for student development that includes CCA, study club, interest group, competition, and just now Mr. Steven mentioned about differential research program. And also we bring our students out for industrial visit, community service, and also organizing many more activities. So in Poly, we really hope that our students can be independent and also can develop themselves well with all these opportunity. So at the end of the day, any of us parents also want the children to be responsible adults with good attitudes. Okay, that's all from me. I really hope that you can consider all this when you want to decide which diploma to join. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chang, for your sharing. So now it's the Q&A session, and you can see the QR code is on the screen. And if you have any question, you can scan the QR code, ask your questions there. If you don't have a mobile phone, you can just key in the links, or you can just click the links at the bottom of the chat session. I think you can see a link there. Then you can go there to ask questions. Okay, So we already have some questions now here. So first question is, will there be a internship program offered to graduating students of medical biotechnology? Of course. For this diploma, at the last semester, we had the course is 3-year course. So last year, the last half year, which is the last semester, 6 months, we'll send students out to do internship. And students are doing internship in all different type of companies, including biotechnology companies, biomedical institutes, universities, research laboratories, medical laboratories in the hospital, and the private laboratories. Previously, if it's not COVID-19, if it's not because of COVID-19, we also send students out for overseas internships. Students usually go to China, Thailand, and Australia for the internships. Previous years, we also sent students to Korea and Japan before. But the 3 major countries we send students for overseas internship is Australia, Thailand, and China. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I answer. Okay. Next question. What is the cutoff point for medical biotechnology for PFP program? For PFP program, MOE never tell us. This one I also don't know, because MOE never share the cutoff point for the for this course for PFP program. Okay, but if you are eligible for PFP program, you can just apply for it. Because if you're eligible, you can apply for it. We only know the cutoff point for the JAE. Okay. Okay. Next question. Is this diploma similar to the diploma in biomedical science in NIAN? Oh, this is a very good question. When you check the course structure on both websites, we have put both our course structures on our website. When you check NIAN's website, you will find that yes, many subjects are similar, many modules are similar. Okay, we are considered merger from the biotechnology and biomedical science. They focus more on the biomedical science, and they also focus more on analytical techniques. So actually, they focus more on doing the research. Although they can also send the students to medical laboratory. And when you check our course structure, you will find that this is the only course structure which has 2 diploma options. Students, when they come to year two, the second semester, they have a choice to choose either go to the biomedical option or the biotechnology relevant option. Okay, so this is only diploma in Singapore. We have this option. Although other courses have a similar courses, they call it biomedical science, but it's not as does not have as many subjects as we have. So I think that's the major difference. And the other small difference is that year 3 subjects, they have a few year 3 subjects, which is project related. It's similar to us, but it's not exactly the same as ours. So I hope this help you to understand better. So this is only diploma who have the diploma option. So when you come in, you join the diploma, you still have a choice to choose which area to focus more through year 2. But you will learn all the basic skills and knowledge for working in both areas in the first 3 semesters. Okay. Next question. How does biomedical science differ from pharmaceutical science? I think you're asking how does medical biotechnology differ from pharmaceutical science, right? Because this diploma is diploma in medical biotechnology. It covers biomedical science and biotechnology. Okay, so this diploma different from the pharmaceutical science is pharmaceutical science students focus more on the I tell you the career opportunities. After graduation, pharmaceutical science graduates either work in a pharmacy as a pharmacist assistant to dispense the drugs, or working in a pharmaceutical company to do the test, especially on the quality control of those pharmaceutical company. They produce drugs. They check the quality of the drugs, and or working in a pharmacist as a pharmacist assistant. But medical biotechnology, either you work in the research laboratory, follow a supervisor to do research, or working in the clinical laboratory in a hospital or private clinical laboratory to do the test for patients and for doctors, or working in a biotechnology company to do the test for other customers. So these are the major career pathways. Of course, we also have other career pathways for this diploma. After graduation, we can also become a teacher, also work in government agencies. So these are the differences between these two diplomas. Okay, let me see if there's any other question. Okay, next question. Okay, I see a question. Can you be a laboratory technician outside the medical industry, even with the diploma in medical biotechnology? Well, a very good question. Yes, the name called medical biotechnology, but you can consider you get two diplomas. Okay, actually 3 diplomas. One is diploma in medical biotechnology. One is diploma in biotechnology. One is diploma in biomedical science. We are very confident to say this because we talk to many industry people. We showed them the cost structure. They already checked the cost structure. They're very confident to hire our graduates. So you can consider you are getting the diploma in of all these 3 areas, and then you can work in all the areas. You don't need to just work as a medical in the medical area. You don't need to work in the medical laboratory. You can still work in research laboratory, work in the biotechnology companies, or even working for a startup company, for biotechnology startup company. Okay. Okay, I think that's all questions we received. Okay, because of time, I think we come to the end of the session. So thank you for joining this session, and thank you for all the questions. So if you still have any question, you can join our JA. When you get the O-level results, you can join our JAE counseling. We can answer more questions for you. Okay, thank you for coming. That's all for today. Thank you.